Hello. Today's travel tracker tip is for transportation administrators and for vehicle owners in districts that are using the recurring trips feature so that you are creating batches and assigning vehicles and drivers to batches. Today's tip is to show you how you can remove assignments from batches using a mass remove feature. So in order to do this, we are going to go into our Assignments tab, and you're going to select the menu option on the left, Recurring Assignments. Now notice that you have several filters that you'll need to set. The trips from this day forward is the setting that you will need to use if you're going to make changes. The all trip dates is allowed, and you can view all trips, even past trips, but to make changes you will need to only use the trips from this day forward option. If you are a vehicle owner, then you will already be selected here in the owner drop down, and you will be able to make changes to assignments that are yours. If you are a transportation admin, the owner is set to all, and it can remain that way so that you can see all assignments. If you know your batch ID, then you can go ahead and select that batch ID. If not, you will pick it after you've selected some of the other filters. We will need to choose our destination. And then, of course, we can see our assignments. We've got two drivers assigned to this trip, Aaron and Chelsea. And so let's go ahead and remove Aaron from this particular batch. Since we're removing a driver, not changing the driver, but removing the driver, we want to literally take them off and that whole assignment off so that we don't need two drivers on this trip. We only need one driver. So we're going to go into our drop down here and select the vehicle that is currently assigned. So vehicle 0010, and then go in and pick the driver that's currently assigned. And so now we have our options have popped up, our option buttons, and the first button is our mass remove. Remove vehicle and driver assignment. We're going to mass remove the entire assignment, and then we're going to go back and change the number of vehicles needed to 1 because we don't need two drivers on this trip any longer. So I'm going to click my remove vehicle and driver assignments. So again, I'm not changing for the driver or the vehicle. We no longer need two drivers and two vehicles. So now I can see that my trips have disappeared that have that driver on them. Now we need to make a change to the number of vehicles needed because we no longer need two vehicles on this particular trip. So to do that, we go to our Trip Request tab, and we're going to choose the recurring trips. And again, we will select our batch here, and we can see that batch is only having one driver on it now, but then we've got two vehicles needed. So we need to change that number needed. So we're going to come in, let's go ahead and set our requesting location here. Be sure that we have everything picked correctly. And instead of 2, we need only 1. So we're going to correct that and click our change number of vehicles needed button. So then the system is going to change, and now we have that correct in this batch, 1 vehicle needed, we have 1 vehicle assigned, and so we have met the need of that particular trip using the mass remove and then changing the number of vehicles needed. So I hope this tip is helpful for mass removing. If you find in your recurring trips that you thought you were going to need a certain number of vehicles, and then as it turned out you needed fewer, you can go in and remove an assignment, mass remove an assignment, and then come back in and change the number of vehicles needed so that this trip is fulfilled and won't remain in your pending list. So hopefully this is helpful for you transportation administrators and vehicle owners. Thank you.